Moonlight Peaks gives you so much freedom right from the beginning, and that's part of what makes it so fun. But it also means it's really easy to spend your time on things that don't pay off very well. If I had this guide when I started, I would have saved myself a lot of trial and error. So today, I'm sharing the specific money-making strategies that gave me the best results, and a few early investments that can make the rest of your playthrough so much smoother. Let's start with cooking. We all know that one of the profitable ways is making wine. The tutorial even leads us to it. But at the start, you will still be waiting for the crops to grow, and for the keg to make the wine. So what do we do while waiting? Cook. Cooking is unlocked at the very start, but what's challenging is getting the ingredients. Fortunately, you unlock fishing pretty early on, and one of the easiest dishes you can make is the violet sashimi. You just need one violet fish. Fishing can be unlocked on day 2 by visiting Moonlight Pines, the area above your farm and the town. A cutscene with Noel will trigger, and you'll get a fishing rod. I find that violets are uncommon, but it's not too hard to fish one, and you can find them around Moonlight Pines. The violet sashimi recipe is available right away, and you can sell it for 130. It seems a bit small, but that's around 5 times more if you're going to sell just the forageables in the early game. Oh, and don't sell your flowers? We'll tackle more on that later. Cooking almost always gives a little bit to a huge amount of profit and doesn't take time nor require stamina. So try your best not to sell raw materials and ingredients. And just to get it out of the way, the next easiest to cook is the gazpacho soup, because the ingredients are available in any season. You only need tomato and onion, and you can grow them right away. The seed store is available on day 1. Now, one of my favorite things to cook is the ulabrod. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but you only need wheat, which can be planted right away, and it grows fast and all year round. The ulabrod sells for 1,000 plus, depending on the quality of the ingredients used, but here's the catch. While you technically need only 4 wheat, you still have to process it into bread and beer. But don't worry, the recipes for these are available right away once you unlock the feature. It's something you can do as early as spring. To make bread, you would need 1 flour, and to make flour, you would need 1 wheat, and to buy the mill from Ridge, that's 8,000 worth of investment. But once you've saved up, you can buy it right away. Instead of upgrading your home, I would recommend doing this first, if earning more money earlier is something you'd want. Crafting beer is similar to making wine, but instead of blood grapes, you use wheat. Once you've unlocked the keg, you can craft beer right away. A beer requires 3 wheat. And once you've made bread and beer, you can finally make a pretty hefty profit early in your game. The only challenge I see is that you have to cook each one manually, which can be a hassle if you plan on making it in bulk. I'm not sure if I missed that feature, but let me know in the comments if I did. Going back to crafting, this is the semi-passive option. In case you're not familiar yet, making wine and juice is easily one of the most lucrative ways to earn money in this game. All you need to do is grow the crops, and even forage depending on your season. Place them in the keg and wait for them to turn into wine or juice. One thing you should consider, and this took me a while to realize, is that making wine takes 2 days, while making juice takes 1 day at a time regardless of how many you're making. For example, if you're making 1 white wine in 1 keg, while 5 in another, both kegs will still finish in 2 days. So try your best to max out all the wine or juice you can make in 1 keg. We've mentioned the quality earlier, and as a general rule, the higher the quality, the higher the profit. To create higher quality goods, you need higher quality ingredients. So, as a side note, try your best to buy the ranch and take care of some ranch animals. Because not only will they give you animal byproducts, but they also give out fertilizer daily. No more extra composting or processing of anything, and the more animals you have, the more fertilizer you get. And these fertilizers will be used to increase the quality of your crops. Just remember to fertilize the soil first before planting your crops. If you've played other farming games before, Most have the same mechanics. You can't fertilize an already growing crop, but as long they're still in their seed version, fertilizing them should be fine. I do want to mention that the animals available at Luna's shop rotate randomly, so if you can't find one that you like, you can always wait for the next day. Now, let's go to what can be called easy and early passive income, and that is selling honey. Why passive? Because after the initial setup, you won't have to do anything else, just collect them, then sell. And they generate every day. Here are my numbers. I get them daily without having to do anything else. Sounds intriguing? Well, remember when I said to hold on to your flowers? This is where you'll use them. You need beehives to generate honey, and you'll unlock them around mid-spring. I'm not sure if it's based on the date or if you need to do Luna's quests. Just do her tutorial quests across spring, it's pretty straightforward. Crafting beehives is fairly easy. All you need are hardwood planks and fiber. If you're not familiar, you can get dark wood from the dead logs around your farm, and even the willow trees in the marshes. You can cut them using a copper axe, and you can start preparing for them early in spring. Once you're able to craft beehives, place them on your farm, and you'll see a perimeter where you'll need to place the forageable flowers. The more flowers within that perimeter, the more honey the bees can make. The best part is you can overlap these perimeters of each beehive, so you won't need an exuberant amount of flowers. Each beehive can generate a maximum of 16 honey per day. If you have 5, that's a total of 80. And each honey sells for 20. That's 1,600 coins of pure profit each day without having to do anything else. Definitely one of the things I would do first if I start a new gameplay. And if you've learned at least 2 things so far, I'd really appreciate you subscribing. I spend a lot of time digging through farming sims and cozy RPGs to find the tips that actually save you time, not just the obvious ones. So if that's your kind of content, I'd love to have you here. Moving on, we have jobs from the job board. I know this one's pretty obvious, but hear me out. You'll unlock the job board when you go to the town area on or after Spring 16. The jobs are relatively easy. And what I want to emphasize is doing the collection jobs because it usually rewards you with around 5 times the selling price. Here, you can see that we'll get 300 coins for 5 rose quartz, which would normally sell for 100. We'll get 5,000 coins for 50 premium fodder, which would normally sell for 500. They are 3 and 10 times the selling price, and the time limit given for each job is usually more than enough. The job postings do not change overnight. They stay there for a good amount of time, so you can check first if the requested item is something you can acquire within the time limit without committing right away. I do want to mention the lucrative diamond. You randomly get them from dig spots around your farm and town. As is, they sell for 2,000, but be on the lookout for a collection job that requires 1 diamond because the reward was 10,000 coins. So if you're not in a pinch, try your best to at least have 1 on hand. I hope these tips help you spend less time worrying about money and more time enjoying everything Moonlight Peaks has to offer. And if you're always on the lookout for your next comfort game, click on the next video. We'll explore some of the most exciting cozy farming games on the way, and hopefully you'll discover one that's perfect for you.